Hey Josh, this is Steven. I spoke to you a little bit earlier. I hope you're having a good day. Hey, in this video, I'm going to be going over 3 things that you can do today to start ranking above your competition when people are searching for your services online. Now, if by the end of this video, you can see that I do have the know-how to get this done, you can give me a call or you can just respond back to this email and we can chat. Or if you just want to take this information and implement it yourself, that's fine. So the 3 things I'll be covering today are content, citations, and backlinks. Now, content is everything on your website, but we're primarily focusing on your homepage. Google likes to see at least 1,500 words on the homepages of these service-based industries such as heating and air websites. This gives you plenty of opportunity to add in all the buyer intent keywords and keyword phrases that people are searching for when they're searching for your services online. So the first thing I did is bring up the #1 competitor, and this is in the Greenville area. It's J&J Mechanical Incorporated, and I threw their website into a tool that I subscribe to called Ahrefs. This tool pretty much gives me a behind-the-scenes view of what Google uses to rank websites. Now, their website is currently being found for 63 keywords, and over the past 30 days, their site was clicked on nearly 300 times. So I went ahead and threw your website into the same tool, and your website is currently being found for 4 keywords, and it was clicked on a total of 7 times in the past 30 days. So let's go back to our competitor. We can actually click on this number here, and it will pull up all 65 of the keywords that they are being found for. The ones we want to pay attention to are these keywords with the locations behind it. And I'm using Greenville. This area gets the most search volume out of any of the surrounding areas. So as you can see, furnace repair, Greenville got 300 searches in the past 30 days. This is all in the past 30 days. HVAC Greenville, NC, another 150 searches. It really starts to add up, right? So let's go to yours, and we can actually click on these 4 keywords you got here. And you have the big one there. So the Eneco, of course, is branded, so the people aren't going to be searching. They already know of you, right? So that's a good one right here, but you want all the rest of them too. Now, so you got 4 clicks on your site just for this one, and the reason you only got 4 is because you're on the second page, right? And I'm going to show you in a little bit how to actually get you up on that first page. But yeah, so let's go back over here. Let's look at all these keywords, and you can actually pause this video if you want and grab the keywords that you don't have and you want to put those on your website. And that's why it's important to have that at least 1,500 words, because that gives you that opportunity to add those keywords without it looking unnatural. Because if you only have a few, like a couple hundred keywords or words of content on your homepage and you start trying to put in all these keywords, it looks like you're stuffing them in. It looks unnatural, and Google will penalize you for that. The next thing I would like to cover is citations. Now, when people are searching these terms like HVAC Greenville NC, studies have shown that right around 45% of those people are clicking on one of these businesses in this section here. This is a map pack, and this is your Google business profile. Now, most people believe it's the reviews, right? Whoever has like the most views and the best rating will get ranked in the top 3 here. And while that is a factor, it's not the main factor. There's a few factors, but the driving factor is what we call citations. Now, a citation is your business's name, address, and phone number on a directory online. Some examples of these directories are like Yelp, Better Business Bureau, Nextdoor, Angie, Thumbtack. There's quite a few. You guys probably have quite a few already, but there's like 50 core consumer directories that you want to be in. And you can actually Google that and it'll give you all 50. You want to make sure you have all those. And on top of that, you want to be in what we call 3 major data aggregators. These are Data Axle, Newstar, and Foursquare. Once you're in these and they verify your business, they actually push your data out to hundreds of other apps, navigation systems, and directories throughout just everywhere. And this is very important because AI actually refers to this to recommend you, right? And as long as your data is consistent across all these platforms, they will recommend you, and you'll also be in play to get into this top 3 right here. Now, underneath the map pack is Google's organic search results list. And the #1 spot here captures right around 40% of all clicks. So the map pack is 45% of all clicks, but it's split up in between these three businesses. This is 40% all by itself. And the driving factor here are what we call backlinks. So backlinks, it's essentially other websites on the internet that have a link on their site somewhere that when clicked, it leads back to your website. Now, Google uses backlinks as like an online referral system. And the more relevant that these sites are that are linking back to you, the better. So for example, say you have a local blog page or a popular industry related site linking back to you, that's what's actually going to help push you up in Google's rankings. But since you guys are an HVAC company, say you have a site like Burger King linking back to you. Burger King is very popular and has a lot of trust, gets a lot of traffic, but it's not going to do you guys any good because you guys don't sell burgers or have anything to do with burgers. So let's go back and revisit our competitor here. And this time we were looking at their keywords before. Now I want to look at their backlink profile, this section here. So to be clear, it's through your content, primarily your keywords, that Google is able to find you for what people are searching for. Once they find you, they've got to determine where they're going to place you on their list. And that is dependent on your backlinks and where you're getting your backlinks from. So currently, J&J Mech has 253 backlinks coming from 100 websites. They call them referring domains here. You currently have 155 coming from 67 websites. So, like I said, it's not necessarily about the number of backlinks as it is about the source where those backlinks are coming from. So we can go back to our competitor here, and we want to see where they're getting their backlinks from, because that's what's actually pushing authority to their website and pushing them up in the rankings. So we can click on that 100, and that will bring up all 100 websites they are currently getting backlinks from. It would be beneficial to go through this list or a list like it, both pages, all 100 websites, and acquire backlinks from all those websites. If you were to do that, and that's assuming at this point your content and your keywords were on point, you would actually eventually put yourself in contention for that number one spot. Now, to ensure yourself a number one spot in Greenville, you'd want to do that same thing with the top 3 to 5 websites here. It would take some time, but you would end up taking over that number one spot and taking over all that traffic. Almost 300 clicks, right? They got on their website, and you got 7 clicks in the past 30 days. So imagine if you took over all that traffic, what that would do for your business. So just to recap what we covered, the first thing is going to be content. You want at least 1,500 words on your homepage with the right keywords and the right amount of keywords. Second are citations. You want to be in those 50 core consumer directories. You can just Google that. And then you also want to be in those 3 major data aggregators: DataAxle, Newstar, and Foursquare. And then lastly are backlinks, meaning you need more relevant websites linking back to your site to show Google that you guys are the authority when it comes to HVAC companies in and around the Greenville area. Now, like I said at the beginning, you can take this information and implement it yourself. Or if you'd rather get a hold of me, we can book a discovery call. My name's Steven. I live right here in North Carolina. You can simply reply back to this email or give me a call at 910-551-2006. Other than that, I appreciate your time, Josh, and I hope you have a great rest of your day and a Merry Christmas. Take care. Bye.